Hey there, welcome to my hotel room. So this is a little video documenting my journey from Hong Kong to Sydney. And it is a pretty long one, and I just wanted to share my experience. Of course, everyone is going to have a different experience. If you are watching this because you want to fly to Australia as well, we all know it's a very interesting situation here. I would recommend joining this Facebook group called 14 Mandatory 14-Day Hotel Quarantine or something. I'll link it down below. It was immensely helpful when I was just looking for a way to get into Australia, so highly recommend. I hope this video is interesting, is informative if you are just curious of what flying looks like during a pandemic, then I hope you enjoy this as well. So just a rundown of my situation. I took Singapore Airlines and I flew from Hong Kong to Singapore first, which was 4 hours. And then I had to stop over in Singapore airport for 7 hours to wait for my next flight, which was Singapore to Sydney, which is an 8-hour flight. And I sat in business class for both the trips because that was the only ticket that we could get. And I hold an Australian passport, which is needed if you want to fly into Australia because they are only allowing Australian citizens to fly in. Also, I did take a PCR COVID test within 42 hours of my flight, so that is also required. Not required for transit in Singapore, but required to enter Australia. We begin the journey at the Hong Kong International Airport. This is us driving to the airport. Nothing special, nothing new. Hello? Just checked in the bag. Who are you?
That's me.
So after saying goodbye, I went through the gates. The airport was super empty. So I'm going to my boarding gate. I just said goodbye to my family and it was super emotional. It was pretty daunting doing this all by myself because I've never been on a flight without my family or friends. So this was new. I have the whole damn car. I have 10 minutes left and the lounge is this way. But my gate is this way. Ugh. I can't go to the lounge. Also, I'm wearing fake glasses because I could not buy a face shield. The airport was such a ghost town. Most of the people were staff, and it was honestly super scary because there was no one around. I took Singapore Airlines, and I rode business class because that was the only ticket left, actually. Well, I'm not complaining, haha. So on the flight, they provide this care kit, which has hand sanitizer, a mask, and some wipes. And we took off, and I did some editing, listened to some music, and the takeoff was pretty rough, honestly. I got a little bit emotional, as you can see. And then I watched The Farewell, which is the first film of this day. The seat was super nice, super spacious and comfortable, and you don't sit next to anyone because they have an empty seat between every single person. I got served lunch and ordered some champers. It was meh. The potatoes were bad. Chug. I said I'm on my second movie, which was Palm Springs. Very good. I watched 2 amazing movies and we landed in Singapore. We got off the flight and got escorted to this transit sitting area, and since I was in business, I got to sit in this business class transit area, but it wasn't really. It's just like the same, except it was in a room and there were some crappy snacks and drinks. So I did some crocheting. I watched John Wick, 3rd movie of the day, and just some shows and stuff. Boy, those 7 hours were quite painful because you are only allowed to stay in that certain area. Couldn't really go exploring, and the seats weren't very comfortable. So hi guys, I'm on hour 6 of my transfer and I am bored out of my mind, so I am going to take a look around, you know? As you can tell from my holographic forehead, I was feeling quite disgusting and was very uncomfortable. So this is me getting ready to board my flight to Sydney. And you get escorted to the gate in a single file line. And it took like a 10-minute walk to get there, which was quite a long time. I got onto the flight, which was a miracle, and went straight to the movies, obviously. And I was surprised that they did not serve dinner, so I asked the people to give me snacks. Sorry. And then we took off. Amazing. I watched Train to Busan. It was such a fun movie. I loved it. It was crazy. And it was 3 a.m. I think. For some reason I couldn't really sleep, so I did finish the movie. Hi, so it's currently 3 a.m. I am on my 5th movie now. I'm going to choose my 5th movie. I actually watched half of Hustlers and then went a bit sleepy, so I did fall asleep, and then woke up and watched 10 Things I Hate About You. Then I got served this beautiful breakfast. It was nasi lemak, but I didn't eat the chicken. We have made it to Sydney. So I just got off the plane and there was no escort. You just follow the path. It was just one way. It was only us and the military staff people. And they just check your documents, debrief you, and that was it. I just got my luggage. I'm on the bus. It was surprisingly quick, this bus ride. I had to wait around 20 minutes and then it took around 20 more minutes to get to our hotel. I have successfully arrived in my hotel room where I will be quarantining for 14 days starting from today, and I am so lucky because I actually have a view. I have a view of Darling Harbor right there. And then a pretty interesting one, at least it's not a building right in front of me. I'll give you a better quality tour later. And the lighting is beautiful, isn't it? So I couldn't film much of the hotel check-in process because I'm not allowed to record them, but it was also very, very efficient. You don't need to take the luggage off the bus. They will help you do that. And you fill out a form and they tell you to get off the bus one by one to claim your baggage and check in. They just give you a card, you go in, you show your form to them, and you grab lunch. And this was the lunch, very healthy actually, and I got the vegetarian option and it was pretty good. So that is it for my video, and yeah, I am super lucky. My whole process was super efficient, super fast, and I am just so lucky to have such a nice place to be quarantining in, and everyone was super nice. No complaints other than the transit time, but you know, that's uncontrollable, right? Thank you so much for watching.